you want to know my opinion and what I think, just keep on watching. Hi guys, what's good? It's your girl Nisi here and I'm back with another video, and I want to give a quick big shout out to all the new subscribers and to the Americans, the people in the UK and people in South Africa. Shout out to y'all. So I'll put on the side, I've been checking like where's my most viewership from, and that's my top 3 there. And a shout out to anyone else from around the world that's watching. And a special shout out to my daughter. I caught her the other day on the iPad watching me. She was like dancing to my intro, so shout out to you, love you. But yeah, talking about kids, in today's video I'm going to be talking about the upper room, aka the kids brunch in America. So we're coming from the state DC, Washington, and yeah, people are going back and forth on Twitter about this. Some parents and people agree with it, some people don't. I don't agree with it, and obviously I'm going to give my opinion and share that later on. But yeah, let's get into the main video, what sparked the whole, opinion and people giving their sides. Oh, Tesla truck.
Champagne, corn, apple cider.
No, this is not a brunch. I've been to a brunch before. This is not a brunch. My thing is, who got the idea? And my second question is, which parent paid for this type of entertainment? I'm so tired that we need to fight against my own people. Black children don't need that. They don't need that. Black children need to learn about how to break out of poverty, how to love yourself, how to change your mindset, how to stop negative thinking, how to break out of limitation. That's what we need to teach these young generation, not how to pour champagne, not how to go to a club. What type of seed are we planting? What type of door are you opening? What type of spiritual door are you opening? We know what's happening in the club as adults. I know what's happening in the club. We even know what it is beyond club. We even sometimes know who is running clubs. And this is the type of legacy you want for your children. This is what you want to give as a gift to your children. This is how to go to a club and how to pour champagne and how to jump on the couch with women with crop top. And Black people, we have to do better. Seriously.
Okay, so before I get into like the woman at the end and her opinion, let's just get into how the kids looked. Like, first of all, they were jumping out a Tesla truck. I think it's a Cybertruck it's called. Like, rented or not, of that's the parents, hello, like. And then obviously they're rolling with their North Face coats. Like, trust me, I'm a big fan of North Face. I've got like loads of jackets from there. You know what, my mum wants one really badly, but we can't find her like that perfect one, especially for the good price. My kids have got it, and my mum's like, how your kids got a North Face coat before me? Like, one thing about that generation, the kids have like, the parents have got them because even like with the Canada Goose, like, are they giving these coats up for free? Like, them coats are quite pricey, expensive. And like when I'm doing a school run, I just back to back I see teenagers with this coat. I want one of those coats. Again, the price, it's expensive, and again I'm trying to find the right one. But it's just like, are they handing them out or was it on like a major discount? Because like all these teenagers have got that coat. It's crazy. And you know what's mad? My cousin, she asked her dad for that coat and her dad was like, no, it's too expensive. So then she went to her uncle, who's my cousin. Oh, can I have this? Can I have this coat? And he was like, yeah, because he's more tilled up compared to her dad. But do you see the point? Like, her dad was like, I'm not getting you an £800 coat. Like, you're going to school for 6 hours. Like, why do you need such an expensive coat? But again, you know, the pressures to fit in and things like that. But I don't want my kids to be like that. I want them to stand out. And I feel like I was like that. I got some good stuff when I was younger, but I wasn't always, you know, the next trend. I didn't always have the best bag or da-da-da. You know what I mean? Like, all my friends had better phones than me. I just had your standard block phone, while they had the Sony Ericsson, the Blackberries, da-da-da. I know I'm taking you guys back. If you know, you know. And then later on, the iPhone came out. And even with that, the one thing I had before, like, anyone out of my peers and my friends was an iPod. I'll have to fling up. They don't even make these no more, but that was a very proud moment. I literally had one before anyone and I loved it. And then obviously it got discontinued. And then, you know, with Apple, once things get discontinued or just gone out, like it just doesn't work anymore. But yeah, that was a very proud moment. I loved that. So what the woman said, I agree with her 100%, especially at the end when she was like, you know, just talking about black kids as a whole, like, we need to know about, you know, financial stuff, you know, avoiding getting into debt. Gosh, my mind's gone blank. But you know what I mean? We just need to do better for our black kids. So a lot of kids, not just black, but a lot of kids as a whole are struggling to read and write in school. Like, they're reading at like a lower level than they should be, especially in high school. So it's things like that. Like, do you know your timetables back to back? Do you know how to spell certain words? Have you done your homework? Like, things like that. Like, these kids will know the latest music, the latest dance trend, obviously from TikTok, but then can't read a whole book. You know what I mean? And I'm not even talking about one of them thick books. I'm talking about your simple books that like 5-year-olds be reading, like at my daughter's age. You know, those simple Biff and Chip and Kip. If you're from the UK, you know, just those simple books. A lot of teenagers cannot read those books, but yeah, they'll know the latest move, like I said, the latest rap song and what's trending, what's going on. But yeah, it's crazy.
I'm sorry, but having kids mimicking adult behaviors in an adult setting is very tasteless and very much tacky. I don't know what the upper room was thinking with that whole kids brunch, but it don't give. Let kids be kids. Like, Chuck E. Cheese don't host birthday parties anymore. I'm very much confused as to why they thought that was a good idea. It's cool to want to do something for the kids, but let it be kid friendly. Why are kids imitating adult behavior, standing up on couches, popping bottles? Like, what? No, that just don't give, and that's not appropriate at all. Kids should not be exposed to these settings. There's a reason why clubs have an age limit, because kids are not supposed to be there. Kids are not supposed to be exposed to these behaviors and mimicking these behaviors. And it's our jobs as adults to do our best to block them from it. Like, don't shelter them. Let them know it exists. But to actively allow them to engage in these behaviors, very irresponsible. Let's not make this a thing. But y'all know black people, they're going to make it a thing. But I'm not here for it. It needs to stop right here. Like, it needs to stop. That's not cool. That's not cute.
Nobody asked me, but I'm going to share my thoughts on that upper room kids brunch situation because I actually don't mind that idea, and here's why. First things first, it's not like it was during the same hours that, you know, a regular club would be operating. So come on now, let's use our brains. They're eating breakfast, they're listening to music. Now, as far as the music selection, I don't know if it had curse words or not, but that's up to the parents. I would hope that they played the edited versions of the songs, you know, the radio versions of the songs, the versions that the kids listen to in the car. You know what? Half these kids are listening to explicit music anyway. So don't even be on your high horse and act like your kids aren't listening to explicit music. I mean, not gonna say all kids are, because maybe your kids aren't, but come on now. This isn't a Kids Bop concert. I don't see y'all taking y'all kids to no Kids Bop concert, because I've gone to a Kids Bop concert and it wasn't too many people there looking like me. Now, how about that? Anyway.
When I tell you these children are cooked, this generation coming up under us is cooked, I'm talking they are more cooked than some deep fried Oreos down to the county fair. Now that that's out the way, let's go ahead and unpack this whole situation involving a kids brunch out in DC. Hey, what's going on there? It's your good guy here, Prince Onyx. That is ONYX. And we're about to get into a rather interesting topic that came across my For You page. So apparently there is this lounge in DC that had their first ever kids brunch recently. And basically, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's giving restaurant, but it's also giving like lounge nightclub environment. And so basically in the video, the kids are literally acting like adults. You know, I mean, of course, these are non-alcoholic drinks, you know, sparkling cider, sparkling grape juice, things like that. But the way that they are, you know, doing the cheers with the plastic cups and the stuff that's on the screens, and just like the environment is not really giving kid friendly. It's giving like, hey, how can we make more profit? And in doing so, it adds to this ongoing situation of the adultification of our children. You know, when people are saying things like, oh, these kids are growing up so fast, and why are they acting so old, and why are they acting like this at 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13 years old, you have to think about what the parents are doing. Now, this is not a this is not to like come down on the parents who are participating in this. It's more so calling for them to really do the introspective on, hey, do you really want your kids to emulate nightclub culture? Now, granted, we will all be honest here, myself included. You know, when I was a kid, yes, me and my friends, we drank sparkling apple cider and sparkling grape juice at our home. And, you know, we would pretend like, you know, oh, we're drinking alcohol, we're drinking champagne, we're drinking wine, even though it wasn't that. But again, the environment, we were at home. We weren't at an establishment that, again, is trying to give off restaurant, but the inside, the interior is giving nightclub lounge that's just trying to profit and make more money by any means necessary. Because in order to combat the adultification of our children, we have to not put them in situations and predicaments where they start to emulate behavior that they should not be emulating at such a young age, even down to how children are being dressed these days. You know, gone are the days where you have stores that literally would be dedicated to only children. Gone are those days. I believe Claire's is still around. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they're only really found in malls for the most part. And we know that malls in America across, you know, the nation are definitely and unfortunately on the decline. So, you know, you have that going on, but it's like, yo, the kids really don't have much of anything that's like dedicated and geared towards them these days. I also feel like in the same breath that if you're going to do a kids styled brunch, you need to ensure that the environment is kid friendly. You need to ensure that the environment is kid friendly and that you are not, you know, programming them to emulate this behavior at such a young age. They should not be acting like the adults who are in their lives. We have to wake that up. But that is all I have to contribute to this situation that occurred recently. I will tag the creators down below. Be sure to go back and watch their video as well. And let's engage in the comments. What do you think? If you have children, if you are an aunt or an uncle, would you take your children to this type of event, this type of gathering? You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't curated to be kid friendly, you know, would you take them to this establishment, or would you, you know, try to talk to the owners and let them know, hey, this is a great idea in theory, but the actualization of it and the materialization of it, yeah, you kind of missed the mark. It's like the plane that didn't necessarily land and it's just still floating in the air. It's like, let's bring it on down and let's try to like really let's make this better than what it is right now currently, you know. But that is just me again, Prince Onyx, ONYX. I'll be talking to you guys soon. Peace.
I liked that young gentleman. I loved his intro with the sign language. It's very refreshing because when you deep it, a lot of influencers or just people on these apps, they don't, you know, sign language and all that kind of stuff. And it's one thing, I know a couple of stuff in sign language, the bad stuff, like swear words and stuff, because in high school there was a girl that was partially impaired and she used to teach me some stuff, and I know how to say hello and things like that. But yeah, I love that. It's very refreshing. But yeah, going off what he said, yeah, I really do feel sorry for like that generation. Like I look at my kids and I'm just like, there's only so much like their parents can do. Obviously there's the school, there's the environment, there's the world, you know what I mean? But I just look at them and like, you're so cooked, like it's unreal. But yeah, again, he told no lies. Like, why are we like rushing these kids? Like, just please just let them be kids. Like, it's really sad. You know what's funny? I couldn't find this video, but one white woman said she likes the idea, but she wouldn't take her kids there. And it's just like, I wonder why. So it's okay for black kids to go, but it's just like, no, my kids could never.
People doing like that. And to name it the upper room, why y'all won't let kids be kids? When I see everybody mad about the kids brunch, I had to go see it. It was a must have. Cause I'm thinking like, dang, that's cute. That's very thoughtful, very demure. But baby, when I seen it, they had little girls as bottle girls. That was insane to me. I could see smoothies and painting, Chuck E. Cheese, where a kid can be a kid. Made it like it was a club scenery. That's why clubs say 18 or 21 and older. Because it's for adults. Standing up on couches, popping bottles. That's what got me. I used to love going to kids' party. They be fun. Being able to hit the piñata and the candy coming out. Eating hot dogs and chips and baked beans and all that. A real vibe. That kids' brunch was giving VIP at a club. I ain't never even been to no adult brunch like that before.
I will never understand the infatuation that people have to bring children into adult spaces. I like for children to dress like children. I like for children to wear children-inspired hairstyles. I like for children to go to children's places. Most of all, I like for children to just be children. Y'all exposing y'all children to adult situations is the main reason why I'm going to need to meet every parent of my child's friends. As a millennial, I remember being told, as a child, you stay in a child's place. I think a lot of y'all took offense to that. And now that's why y'all just let y'all kids do all kind of adult things that they don't need to be exposed to. I don't need my children to know how to be in a club setting, how to pop bottles, how to dance on furniture in a club, or most importantly, what bottle girls are. Those are activities that my children can learn on their own. They don't need the help from me. I learned it on my own, so why can't they? Yeah, I gotta let these kids start being kids. Allow them to be in child settings. It's just way too many other things that y'all could be doing with these kids. But hey, it's just my opinion. Y'all do what y'all want. But as for me and mine, ain't no God.
Shout out to Sis. She told no lies. What happened to kids dressing like kids? Kids having like this is what I love about having one girl. Like I can just do all those cute little hairstyles, no lace fronts, no extensions, you know what I mean, no glue in her hair, no gel. This kids be, you know, be just playing with toys, you know, get them off the devices. Like she told no lies. Like what happened to kids just being kids, especially when it comes to the clothing. Obviously you have Fashion Nova in the UK, you have things like River Island. I used to shop there a lot, but then I just seen their clothes becoming more like sexualized. I'll just say it, like it was just becoming more sexy. And obviously because I've only got one daughter, I was just like, I'm not putting her in that. And she even got something gifted from Shein. It was like a crop top and a miniskirt, and I was just like, obviously I said thank you because I'm still grateful, but I was just like, me and her dad looked at each other and we were just like, she ain't never wearing this. Like we want our child to be a child. Like, so these places, obviously they can make clothes for kids that are more like making them look like an adult, but if you buy that as the parent, I'm giving you the side eye because it's just not cute. And then I've seen a lot of videos like trending with kids wearing lace fronts and wearing wigs, and it's just like, because they've got a small head, obviously, and these kids be like 2 to 3 year olds, the lace front is literally like, it's literally on the kid's eyebrows, and it's just like, and you can just tell it's a lot for the kid. Like the wig cap can't even fit their head because their head's so small. Like, and obviously the parents and the people like melting the lace think this is cute, and it's like, it's not cute at all. Like, please just leave these kids and let them play and just let them be kids.
As someone who is raising a child in DC, seeing the video of the upper room and those children having a little mini brunch is exactly why I'm okay with not allowing my child to hang out around your children. You guys do not want to raise kids anymore, and it's fucking disgusting. You want to raise friends. You want to have your children adults at an early age instead of being a good parent and raising them like a child is supposed to be raised. Like a fucking child. Not a friend, not an adult, but a child. I don't think y'all realize that skipping the child phase adultifies your children and can potentially sexualize your children. You guys are skipping that phase, that Justice phase, that Claire's phase, and going straight to fucking Fashion Nova. Y'all are adultifying children. Y'all are exposing them to alcohol, sex, drugs, and it's really fucking annoying raising a child in this alpha generation. Because I don't want my kid around y'all's. My son is actually learning things he shouldn't be learning from other children because y'all are such bad parents that you teach your children things at too early of an age. Why the fuck? My son doesn't know anything about no fucking brunch, no liquor, no drugs. He don't know none of that. None of that. But I bet you he'll learn it before I can teach him because y'all are such bad fucking parents. It's actually really disgusting.
Bathroom, because tell me I'm not the only person in the UK that remembers the nappy nights. And you might not have called them that, but it was like clubs that opened like early, like 7 till like 10 or whatever it was, certain days a month. And it would be like under 18s night, so it would be like 13 to 17-year-olds all just like gathering in a club. It was like, it's kind of the same thing, I think. Like, I don't know if I agree with it or don't agree with it, but it's funny because kids brunch or like nights out as children have like been a thing for years in the UK, and I'm so hoping that I'm not the only one that remembers it, because that's embarrassing. But yeah, anyway, I don't really have an opinion. If you have an opinion, obviously comment your opinion. I get the pros and cons, but funny.
Okay, so I will agree with her to an extent. So she's right, we do have these sort of things in the UK. Well, it was like a mini club, it wasn't really a brunch, and it's definitely like adult scene. Like, you definitely wasn't under double digits. So I'm trying to remember when I went. I feel like I went when I was 15. Didn't tell my parents, so at least with this brunch thing, like, parents are sending the kids to this brunch thing. Didn't tell my parents, and I only went once. Just saying the name is crazy. So it was this club, and it was called Heaven and Hell. I know, guys, don't ask. But it was a foam party, and obviously, it's got that. I've never been to a foam party. It was, what I mean? It's nothing now, but back then it was quite new. So I was just like, so obviously me and my friend, we snuck and we went, and it was good. And obviously there were a lot like older people, like maybe older teens there. So I want to say I was 15. So obviously there would have been 17-year-olds. So they would try and sneak some alcohol. Obviously in the UK you can't drink until you're 18, so they would try and like sneak, the little alcohol pops and things like that. So I'm not gonna sit here and go on like I've never drank before like the legal age. I didn't go clubbing until I actually turned 18. Like, that was my 18th birthday. It was a whole, but I got over that really quick. I was just like, this is it. I wasn't impressed. I was like, all this time, because I've got other siblings, I've seen them get ready, get dressed for a night out, and then when I finally got to go out, I was like, is this it? I was not impressed. I prefer a nice bar, you can sit down, or a nice restaurant where you can eat good food. I'm a foodie, so I prefer that. But yeah, I was like, I get what she was saying. In the UK there is like things like that, but not a kids brunch. It was a club. It was like a club for kids. But yeah, like I said, I only went there once, and my parents didn't know, and obviously if I asked them, they would have been like, hell no. Whew, okay guys, so this video's been a lot. Let me know in the comments your thoughts. Like I said, do you think this is a good thing, or do you think it's a bad thing? Or, the parents that agree with it, they're like, it's not that deep, you're overthinking it, But I just don't need to see kids in a club establishment and they're, you know, doing like fake adulting. It's like, even when you see kids play house, it's just like at the moment for Christmas, my mum got my daughter a baby, and even that, it's just like, it's making me think, like, don't be getting pregnant at no early age. Like, you can play with that dolly, but leave it at the dolly. So even with playing house, you know, the cooking, the cleaning, the hoovering, it's just like, you know, so you just have to be careful. But yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video. Stay safe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.